Strzok's goose is cooked. New texts prove it was all a sham by Amy Moreno for TruthFeedNews.com. Another round of damning anti-Trump FBI text messages have been released, and they show that the FBI's bias affected the Russia witch hunt. From BizPackReview.com, disturbing internal FBI communications show damning evidence of political bias that may have affected the Russian collusion probe. Memos the Justice Department have received show FBI counterintelligence agent Peter Strzok and his team pressing to keep the hurry the blank up pressure on in an attempt to expedite an investigation, John Solomon wrote in a piece for The Hill. The Hill memos detail FBI's hurry the blank up pressure to probe Trump campaign. According to Solomon, memos of the FBI are now producing to the Department of Justice, Inspector General, and multiple Senate and House committees offer what sources involved in the production, review, or investigation described to me as damning or troubling evidence. They show Strzok and his counterintelligence team rushing in the fall of 2016 to find derogatory information from informants or a pretext to accelerate the probe and get a surveillance warrant on figures tied to the future president. A letter written by former Trump foreign policy advisor Carter Page to then FBI Director James Comey gave Strzok the excuse he needed to pounce. At a minimum, the letter provides us a pretext to interview, Strzok wrote to lover and fellow agent Lisa Page on September 26, 2016. Wow. A Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act court warrant followed along with nearly a year of surveillance of Page, who has not been accused of doing anything wrong. Memos now reveal how the FBI pressured the Justice Department to put a rush on obtaining Page's warrant. Strzok and Page also discussed then FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe to coax a high-ranking DOJ official to sign off on the warrant, Solomon wrote. At a minimum, that keeps the hurry the blank up pressure on him. Strzok wrote in an email to Page on October 14, 2016, just weeks before Election Day. Solomon writes, until all the interviews are completed by Congress and DOJ's Inspector General later this year, we won't know why counterintelligence agents who normally take a methodical approach to investigation felt so much pressure days before the election on this case. Were they concerned about losing a chance to gather evidence at a critical moment? Or maybe, as some Republicans long have suspected, they wanted to impact the election? The Page warrant was finally obtained in October, and even after Trump's win in November, FBI agents kept up the drumbeat trying to find negative information about someone who worked for the president-elect. More revelations are certain to occur as Congress reviews documents, Solomon noted in The Hill, adding that now irrefutable proof exists that agents sought to create pressure to get derogatory information and a pretext to interview people close to a future president they didn't like. Clear evidence also exists that an investigation into still unproven collusion between a foreign power and a U.S. presidential candidate was driven less by secret information from Moscow and more by politically tainted media leaks, Solomon noted. And that means the dots between expressions of political bias and official actions just got a little more connected, he concluded. It's all there, don't you see? They had nothing. They were trying to build a story against Trump. That's the whole bottom line. They're going to go down for this. Whether they want to admit it or not, they can run, but they can't hide. And enough is enough already. We've become a laughing stock with these criminals that are there to protect Hillary Clinton. You see what I'm saying? And try to find something before Trump even got elected in order to bust up the election so he wouldn't win. I mean, and you got the FBI, Department of Justice doing all that, and you're going to tell me Jeff Sessions didn't see any of this or didn't know about any of this? I mean, come on. He's gotta know all of this stuff. Come on, and that's why they're not releasing any information. Because if they release the information that they're looking for, they all go down. The Mueller witch hunt is a sham, and Mueller knows he's a sham. Mueller should be prosecuted. Mueller should be held accountable, repay back that money, and be held accountable for all the other salaries that were being paid out. Mueller has to be, because Mueller knows this whole investigation is a sham, and he's trying to keep this sham going, ripping the country off, when he knows darn well that there was no collusion, and there was no obstruction, and there was nothing except the Democrats working against this country to destroy it, to put the Soros puppet Hillary Clinton in office, just like Obama was, to totally destroy everything. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and again, thank you so much for watching.